Hey there, coders. This is the second project on the lower grade coding contest challenge. It's going to be called Dinosaur Party. Let's go ahead and give it that name. Sometimes I forget to put this in here. Dinosaur Party is going to be the name of the program. And for this one, it's really just to introduce a couple of concepts. One concept is looping. So we'll have something that happens over and over and over again. And the second one is animation. And so you'll see how that works. What we want is to have background and then a few different sprites on there of dinosaurs. And when you click the green flag, the dinosaurs will look like they're moving. It's not really a party, but it'll look like they're having fun. First thing we want to do is change the backdrop. So come down to this corner here and click on that button. The one I like for this one is called Jurassic. So it's down in the J's right there, Jurassic. We're just going to click on that. We don't need this scratch cat on there, so we're going to click on him and that little X button, and he's gone. Okay, so we need to add some dinosaurs to our stage here. Those are sprites. Here's our button down here that says choose a sprite, so go ahead and click on that. And the nice thing about the dinosaurs is they're all kind of grouped together. And so go down to where the dinosaurs are. We're just going to do dinosaur 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you hold your mouse cursor over the dinosaur and the sprite kind of moves, that's when you know will be easy to animate. So let's pick dinosaur 1. You'll notice some of these, like this guy, he doesn't animate. Some of these do, some of them don't. We're going to pick the ones that do. So let's start with dinosaur 1. And find a good spot for him here on the stage. And when you click the green flag, what do you think will happen? Well, nothing happens because we haven't added any code. So we need an event here. We want the dinosaur to start moving when the flag is clicked. So under this yellow dot events button, click there and drag over the top one. That tells the program when the green flag is clicked to do something. So click the green flag. What does it do? Well, it doesn't do anything. We need more code here. Before we talk about the code, I want you to notice something about our sprite here. So there's the tab here across the top that says costumes. You're going to want to click on that to access the different animation options for your sprites. So this dinosaur, if you click on costumes, you can see here there are 4 different costumes that this sprite has. You can just change one of these to change the way the dinosaur looks on the screen. But let's start with this one. So we'll leave it on dinosaur 1-D. There's different names here. You can do different effects and change them up here too. We're not interested in that for this program. So let's just switch back to dinosaur D and then go back to our code. Okay, so still we haven't changed any of the code though, so when you hit the green flag, nothing happens. But what we want to happen is for when you hit the green flag, to go through those costumes. We want to change the way the sprite looks. So look over here. You see this purple dot that says looks. You're going to tap on that. And here are your choices for your costumes. These 2 right here. You can switch to costume or next costume. Let's try this one first. Switch to costume dinosaur 1-A. So if I click the green flag, costume 1-A is this one right here, and you'll see that when we hit the flag. It'll change it to that costume. Now that's fine and that's great, but when I click the green flag now, what's going to happen? Every time I hit the green flag, it doesn't change the way the dinosaur looks because it's already on that one. So you could put 2 blocks here that say switch costume from A to B, and you could do that. But when you hit the flag, it goes through your code so quickly that you don't even see the dinosaur A anymore. So there's ways you can use this one. Maybe if you could do a different event to make it switch from A, and maybe if you hit the space bar it switches to B. We could do that if we wanted to. I'm going to teach you a different method for this one though. Let's drag these ones off and grab this one instead that says next costume. So what do you think will happen when we hit the green flag now? Every time the green flag is clicked, it'll go to the next costume. Well, it should cycle through the 4 different ones one at a time each time we hit the flag. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each time you hit the green flag, it goes to the next costume. Now that's pretty cool. Is it dancing? Not yet. So let's talk about what we want to happen now. We're going to introduce something called a loop. We want this to, say we wanted to dance just 10 times. Okay, so you're going to drag this over here. One of the things about Scratch is you have to put things into the loops before you can connect them. So did you see what I just did there? Drag over repeat 10, bring the next costume down here, put it up in here. Now what do you think will happen when I hit that green button? It's going to repeat 10 times. The repeat loop means whatever's inside here, it does that thing 10 times. So what do you think will happen? Well, let's see. It should go through really quickly. Okay. Was that too fast? I don't know about you, but I kind of felt like that was too fast. So what if we put in here this control thing called wait? So in between each of the loops that it goes through, it's going to wait 1 second before going to the next costume. So look at this. It's going to repeat this 10 times. Wait a second, next costume. 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 If you actually watch this and count these, you should see it change 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, done. It looks like he's dancing at a party. Alright, so it looks like a pretty lonely dinosaur though, all by himself. Let's give him some friends. We're going to choose a few more dinosaur sprites. I like this guy, little Triceratops. Let's put him over here. And let's add in this flying one. Technically, it's not a dinosaur, I don't think, because it flies. But it lived back then. We'll call it good. Maybe I'm wrong. You can let me know. And let's put this guy in. Okay, so what'll happen when I hit the green flag? We've got 4 sprites in here, 4 dinosaurs. You can tell, by the way, if you click on these sprites, they have different costumes as well. Right? So they can be animated, but what's going to happen when I hit the green flag? Well, if you guessed that only this guy would animate, you're correct. Watch. Now that should make sense because that's the only sprite that has code. Well, what do we want to do to make these other guys animate? Well, one way to do it is to click on here and to imitate the same code. When the green flag is clicked, repeat 10 times, wait 1 second, go to looks, go to the next costume. So now we're on the Triceratops, and you'll see now when we hit the green flag, it'll do the exact same thing that the first dinosaur did. Because when that should make sense too, because it's the exact same code, right? Okay, I'm going to teach you guys a trick that I bet a lot of kids at your school don't know. Watch this. I have the same code. I want to put the same code on all 4 of these sprites. There's different ways to do this. This is, I think, one of the easiest ways though. Instead of coming to Dinosaur 3 and dragging over all the coding blocks, if you take this code right here and you drag that down to Dinosaur 3, look at Dinosaur 3, now it has that code. And you can drag that to Dinosaur 4, and now Dinosaur 4 has the code too. So now, what will happen when we hit the green flag? All 4 sprites have the same code, and they will all 4 animate through their different costumes, one costume for every second. Looks like a party. Here's the challenge for you, boys and girls. How would you make them dance faster? How would you make them go through and do 100 dance steps? How would you make them dance forever and ever and ever and never stop? I'm going to leave that up to you to see if you can experiment around with your code. and have a good time with that.